Oh my God, we're back. How many missing episodes did I have? I'm always told that. Hold on, let me put my phone on mute here. I, I had one person, one friend go, "Why did you stop your podcast?" Well, I'm not that interesting. I don't have that much to say, and I'm trying to still figure out what to do with this podcast. But I'm gonna do an update here. I mean, there are some people that were looking forward to it, obviously, and I didn't expect that because not many people know about this. So I guess yes, feed the YouTube algorithm. But I guess I'll share what's been going on for the last. Oh Lord, how long did it? I don't really know. Um, I'm gonna guess 2 months have passed, but sorry, I'm back. I'm gonna try to do better. Um, but a lot is going on with me and not just the app and the company. Um, but I'll share some wins with y'all because I've kind of jotted some down here. We finally reached 1,000 downloads. Okay, yes, we have 1,000 downloads. We've got over 438 active accounts that are being updated in our database by users like you. And then there's 241 daily active users. So that means somebody's using this app, uh, past its initial download stage. Or at least I hope from what the numbers are telling me. Um, and that means obviously people like it. And if more people knew about it, then we'd probably grow a little quicker. Um, but, I don't have money, I don't have investors. Nobody knows who I am. I live in Lafayette, Louisiana, of all places. Who is looking in Lafayette, Louisiana for talent these days? No one. And then the people that are in Lafayette aren't looking for people like me because I don't look like them. So let's put that on the map. Um, it's just real talk. I don't care. I mean, at this point, I got to do it alone anyway, so might as well lay it out on the table. Um, People that know me as a transparent person of that nature. I will tell it how it is, and most times I ain't got no goddamn filter. Um, but the two biggest things that I'm actually proud of is all the work that I've put in to this company is being seen by bigger organizations. Pepperdine Gradazio Business School, they rated us, and we're in the contest for most fundable companies in 2024. Um, will I make the list? I don't know. I mean, but we find out September 29th who the actual winners are. And we don't win money or anything like that, but just to be on that prestigious list will put us in the eyes of so many people. Um, I'm proud of that because that means all the work I've been doing over the last 2 years is paying off, and it just tells me don't give up. It's tiring. Oh my God, it's tiring. But I'm not gonna give up. Oh yeah, my ugly background. I'm sorry. We're just gonna deal with my ugly background. You know why? Cause I ain't got no money for a new background. You know, I wanted to use wood. I wanted white panels, but we're gonna stick with my little wrinkle sheet and my little fake brick wall and hope that my content is good. That's all I can do. I'm sorry. Um, In Motion Accelerator. I kind of want to share that because that's another thing. I've applied to this accelerator program and they invest $100,000 into the business. And they take a little chunk of equity. I think it's like 7% or something like that. But, you know, I've talked with them and had video calls with them and stuff like that. And just knowing that they know me and they see what's being done and they think it's good is I need validation. I don't know about y'all. Some of y'all don't need it, but some people that don't need it, they need it because they need to be course corrected. um, but me, I know I need it. So I'm gonna read the email. I'm gonna share it. This is my podcast. I do what I want. um, so thank you again for taking the time to apply to InMotion Accelerator Fall 2024 program. As promised, I've compiled the feedback from our review panel. So they got, a group of people and they kind of go through to see who should be in their accelerator program because they only choose like 8 people out of the hundreds of applicants that they get nationwide. Um, So, what made you stand out? I love that. The selection committee is impressed with who you are as a founder and the team you've assembled to build this business. A well rounded core team with diverse skill sets is crucial to building a company. The committee has no doubt that this is the team to build the business. The selection committee was also interested in your novel approach to dating. So as I said, the current dating apps that are out there, they're not solving these problems. They're just they're just preying on your addictive habits or the addictive habits that people have in dopamine hits. They're not solving anything. I My frustrations with dating apps, because I'm single, lonely, I get on them. They're not a success. They're not. They really aren't. How many people have I met in 2024? None. How many have I chatted with? Probably a couple handfuls. But it's not getting it done. I'm not getting connected to the right people because I will chat with people and we're not in alignment. So then that doesn't click in my head to meet them because they want something completely totally than I do. So it's like, and my weakness too on these dating apps is I'm not going to ask a person out. I'm not going to invite anyone because that's all my little fears of rejection and being told when I was a kid that nobody's going to like you, you're not going to amount to anything, blah 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 blah. So all those things ingrained in my head, it stops me from asking people out or approaching and inviting and trying to do things. I'm waiting for someone else to do that. Someone else has to take charge of that because I don't like rejection. Once again, I need validation. All these little things have made me who I am, which doesn't mean it's bad. It's things that I do need to work on, indeed. But hey, we all have our little flaws and our little things that, we need to work on. I'm trying to. So let's continue with what In Motion said. So In Motion also said, so that's the end of the good part. Hey, it's good though. At least I've done some good things to get their attention and to be considered every year and make it past round two. How to improve your candidacy and future program cycles. Now, look, based on your application, the selection committee felt there needed to be more traction signaling product validation at this time. Traction can come in many forms depending on the business. The king of traction is generating revenue from customers. Let me continue. Depending on the company, customer pilot programs, letters of intent, free trials, and wait lists can be considered traction as well. For mood, I think the atomic metric to track is the number of matches created through the app. So we don't really match people. We actually connect them through I guess they consider it matching because it kind of works the same. It's like you have to accept an offer or you have to accept the icebreaker game. And at the end, you have to choose to connect. And that means, boom, you're on the right vibe and y'all are ready to do whatever that offer said because that offer is actually validating the intent that they have. Um, Dating apps are a marketplace. Marketplaces have the cold start problem. It's in my pitch deck that you noted in your pitch deck. If you haven't already, I would recommend reading the book. I already know the cold start. That's why I named it the cold start problem because I'm very aware of it. In your pitch deck, you outline projections of reaching 323,000 users by the end of 2024. It wasn't clear to the selection committee what the tactical plan was to reach that projection. It just means there's a weakness in my pitch deck, and I need to actually point out how to do that. I thought I did that well when I had it in my ask, but apparently I did not. Um, and then of course they give me a link about statistics from the spring 2023 selection. Um, Traction, capable founding team, scalable business model, capital efficiency, and mutual fit are the primary elements the selection committee evaluates. So really, they only saw a problem with two of those, which was the traction and the cold start problem, which was how I was going to lay this out and put the path, put my plan into action to getting the 323,000 users by the end of the year. So their final thing is numerous founders have applied several times to the InMotion Accelerator program before being selected. Founders who align their efforts to activities that generate customer traction find the most success in the selection process. Keep building your business. InMotion has a spring 2025 accelerator program, and we'd like to reconnect once applications open for that program. Now, that is one of the best accelerator programs in the nation. That doesn't require you to be in California or New York or any of those major cities. And I find that to be excellent. That is what I'm excited about. And I applied last year, and then they approached me and invited me to an interview because they remembered me from last year, and I got accepted into the application process, and then I made it to round two, and of course the traction kind of. So I mean, I don't think I don't really think like the well, I don't think my friends or the people that I know understand that when I ask them to share things, just share them. I don't know why. Why is it the hardest people to get to be engaging are the people you know? Why? Why is that? Well, I don't know. Maybe if I was prettier, or maybe if I was sleeping around, maybe I could get more people to be engaged. But I don't do any of that. I'm ugly. I'm 45, and I don't leave my house. So maybe that's my problem. But I'm not changing. Um, and I'm gonna only get older and uglier. So I have to find some other creative methods. Oh my God. So, but why is that? Like, it's always people that we don't know that live far away that want to engage with us, want to help us, and, um, and lift us up. And it even comes from those simple things of giving people the information you need them to have to get them to help you. An example of that is I just like I'm telling to you right now. I'm saying that my biggest weakness is I don't approach people. I don't invite people. And back in the day when all my friends lived here in town and we'd have parties at the house, it was because I didn't assemble those people. I didn't tell people to come over and do anything. Guess what? They knew my personality and they just came and we made things happen. And I didn't have to feel the pressure of hearing, nope, I'm not coming because I got better things to do and all this other stuff. But why does that bother me though? Oh, because Tim, nobody's going to like you. You don't belong anywhere. The list goes on. I'm not black enough. I'm not white. Um, I look foreign. Oh, you're gay. Oh, gay people, you're not gay enough. Oh, I'm not straight. Can't trust you. All of these little things that society does to our brains, you know, and our emotions trigger those actions that we take. And it's so crazy because I will tell friends, I'm not going to invite you. And it's not because I don't like them or because I don't want them to come. It's because I don't want to hear them say, no, that's okay. Even though I would rather somebody say, Tim, fuck off. And I laugh because I wish people would do that, but they don't even do that. They make up stuff and they lie. It's like, where does that get me? And after so many years of attempting and asking that and realizing these people lying about it, I'm just like, I'm not even going to ask anybody anymore because they're going to lie to me anyway. They're going to make up stuff. So I found a mechanism that avoids that. But it created another problem. It created me being lonely. and then new people that come around think I don't like them. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I'm protecting myself and damaging myself at the same time. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't think that I was gonna ramble on that much about that topic. That's two things I've covered out of my little bullet point list that I put there. Actually, no, I already talked about InMotion accelerators. So yeah, getting that from InMotion, I love feedback. They're honestly the only accelerator program other than Pepperdine, because along the way they give me updates that have given me feedback. So it's like I feel like I'm destined to make it to that accelerator. Um, so yeah. Oh boy, let's talk about the app. Oh, people love the app. When we've all the users that I just mentioned, over 1,000 downloads, are just me telling and sharing to people online and that I meet and run into about the app. And what happens is they love it. and they share it a little bit. But mind you, one person sharing it to one person is just not going to work. Out of every other week, somebody new knowing about it. It's not the way that these apps blow up. It takes like multiple campaigns in multiple areas and multiple people at one time doing that. But the updates, the update stalled, and I mean the update has so many things in it, so many bug fixes, so many chat features added. The gaming group, um, all of the expansion packs that you can buy are subscribed to. Um, all of this stuff, and then yeah, I did mention the bug fixes, and those are like 80% complete right now. But we lost two developers, and it's been a struggle finding two more developers. But I have to thank you, founding staff members Hunter, Aman, Raul, um, Ankush, Kaya. My team right now is phenomenal. They've stuck it through these past couple years. Even though we're at a point where a lot of people would just quit. They'd be like, "We're not getting anywhere. We're not making any money. I quit." And man, I give it to y'all for sticking with me and seeing the vision of this. And Kaya is busting out these games that everyone's gonna love. Y'all are gonna love these games. These games that help you connect with people and stuff like that. Phenomenal. They're great. Um, I can't wait for the update to be out for everybody, and I really think it's going to be successful. I mean, a fellow Bloxer, Dr. Frida, she's a coach, and she's a personal coach and a business coach. I just listened to her audios, and she loves the idea. And I hadn't responded to her in a month though, because I'm horrible at Instagram. Very horrible. It took me yesterday to get back on Instagram to actually go, oh crap, I didn't answer Dr. Frida. So shout out Dr. Frida. Hopefully you get I replied to the audio messages not too long ago. So that leads to these company struggles of, oh, I need two developers. But then once again, the developers have to understand, and maybe somebody in the comment can tell me if my approach is bad. My approach is, the first thing I tell people is to download the app. And somebody said, I don't need to download your app to be able to do the job. Yes, you do. You need to download it, because I don't want people that don't believe in the product. You gotta believe in it. You gotta be like, oh my God, I see the vision. I'm not just gonna write code, but I'm also going to put in ideas so that we can be more successful. Because if I'm giving you equity of the company, the better we are, the more solid we are, the more ahead of everyone else we are. When it comes time to IPO or be bought out, those shares, even at $4 a share, especially the amount of shares I give all the founding staff, you're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be a millionaire for the 10 to 15 hours, 20 hours max per week that I'm asking people to have, to put in right now. And then by the time, by the time an IPO or being bought out happens, and maybe we don't get bought out, maybe we don't IPO, maybe we make enough money towards where a staff of 20 people are so well off, we just keep chugging along and we just dominate everyone, which is my vision. And maybe I'm crazy for seeing that vision, but that's the vision I see because of all of the deficiencies of all the apps that are out there and how they have. So all of that should be enough. And that's why I want someone that's going to be a part of Mood Social and Dating. That's why I want them to download the app. That just makes sense. Love what you do. Want to be a part of it. When you log in to work on anything in the company, I want you to be happy. I want you to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to bring this up in the next meeting. Oh my God, I fixed this problem, because guess what? We get to achieve the next thing. That is what I want. Not just tick, 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 tick. Yeah, that's checked off. No, I don't want people like that. Then people can just stay away from me, because passion, excitement. Because what if I'm down that day? Maybe your excitement and passion for what you did might ignite me back up and be like, okay, let's go. Let's go. And I mean, that's what I need because I'm not perfect either. And maybe everybody on the team is down. And maybe your happiness will lift us all back up. And vice versa. My happiness and excitement might lift you up and boost you to do more than me. Who knows? And that's what I'm hoping. That's what drives the company's success. Other than, the right strategies and marketing and financials and blah, 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 the boring stuff that 90%, no, 80, no, 75% I'm bad at. Okay, wait. I'm not bad at it. I need to be better at when it comes to other uh, CEOs. And that's why I don't even put a CEO hat on myself because I am a visionary, you know? And yeah, I had a successful local business, but still, I know I'm not perfect. I know there's a lot more I can learn. And the last company struggle is, you know, I'd love to get feedback, more feedback. And I put that in the app. Oh, I haven't checked. Ooh, I haven't. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can Google Docs check this then. Ooh. Can I share that part of the screen? Oh, come on. First, let me see if I can remember how to get to it. Because what it is it's not the survey. Excuse me. It's the feedback. It's feedback in the app. Oh, not slides. Is it a form? No. It's not docs. Oh my god. Is it this? Let me see something. Questions. Okay, so let's look at the responses. If I can look at what the last response was. Actually, because I think this is it right here. But let me see something. I need to look at the date of when these were done. You know what? It's not even telling me the date. Man. When was the... Oh, maybe if I look it in the little sheets thing. 22... all of these have been... These are all answered in 22. Oh, wait. Let me go look in the app. The app will tell me which form it is. Let's see. I'm sorry, everybody. This is probably boring. But in the app, there is you know what? That doesn't never show very well. But, okay, so in the app, there's a section for send us feedback. And sending us feedback... Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's a different one. I need... so weird because it's got me under that other account. But it is a form. Recent forms owned... Man, watch it put it under... No, that's not it. Where did this form go? Jesus Christ. I'm... Oh, it's under Mood App Development. That's why. Man. Sorry, everybody. Everybody's going to be... Oh, crap. No. tune out now because I'm forms.google.com. All right, so now I need to go under Mood App Development. There we go. Nice. Okay, so you can leave you can leave feedback in the app, and yeah, it took me a while to figure it out, y'all. I'm sorry. And 12 people have actually used it in the app. And there's questions like, was it easy to create an account? Did you encounter any issues? Were the mood categories satisfactory? And I mean, the feedback's been great. I didn't expect 12 responses on here, and I haven't checked it in a while, but people are actually using that form in the app under, app settings. But we'd love to have like some content, like some videos sent in, people talking about it, because we have the YouTube channel now here where the podcast is, and I'd love to share those videos here and, get others to see that it's not just me tooting my own horn here. Because I've got this analytical, technical way of explaining things, and people are like, well, you could have just said it this way. That's why Hunter is amazing, because she has all the other ideas of how to promote and get people to realize things. So I mean, there's that in the app, and I just wish there'd be some testimonials, and some videos to share, because that's traction too. That's traction showing people have used the app, or they're using the app, and they're sharing the app, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it for the company updates. Whew. Now I can tell you about my personal struggles. Child, let's talk about the things that keep tugging at me, which probably keep me single. And probably everybody else that is on these apps have all of this going through their head that projects the wrong things to other people, which keeps them single, because it pushes people away, actually. But there are millions of people going through this, and we're not even realizing it. I think because I spend so much time alone, I'm aware of this, because I just got all this self-reflection time, because I'm trying to make myself a better person. Because if I make myself a better person, I can build a better product that will help other people become better people. That makes sense. Ooh. You know what? I don't know if the camera can catch it. I think it's on this side. Oh, yeah, this side. I grew some gray hairs. And I was like, what? Can I be salt and pepper in my 50s? Oh, that's going to be great. And if I have the energy, and attitude I have, I'm not going to be like other 50-year-olds. And if this app is successful, I'm not going to be your typical 50-year-old successful person either. They're not ready for me. And then of course I'll probably there's the opposite side of it, where I could be living in a dumpster behind Walmart, eating old bagels too, because I've risked it all and had no friends and lost everything and became a statistic of failure. And I laugh at that, because that's the honest truth. That's what can happen, and that's what scares the living shit out of me, is becoming a failure and being alone and then dying in an alleyway or in a dumpster, never achieving anything. That is just the ultimate failure for me. And I don't want that to happen. So I just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. So the emotional toils are what I just explained. Fearing failure, knowing I'm alone, knowing people don't really like me because I'm the way I am. And then at the same time, knowing a lot of people are watching me and talking about me. Because I had a friend, I mean, he's still my friend. We just don't talk very much. David used to always say, oh, they know about you. Oh, they watch you. And I'm always like, well, why don't they talk to me? I'm not an asshole. I just look like an asshole. I mean, and you don't even have to look at me. Send me a text. I know I'm ugly. I'm sorry. I can't help it. So I don't know why people don't talk to me. And it sucks. It just really does. And maybe I'd have a better outlook of myself if people just realize that, oh, I'm not what I look like. I'm actually pretty easy to talk to. I'm and everything I'm lighthearted about for the most part. I'm just tough on myself because I expect more out of myself. I want more out of myself. And as everyone else, we are our worst critics. So, another emotional thing I deal with is I now work for a place that I loathe. And I'm not saying that. Let me rewind that. Since 2008, I have hated this retailer because of the horrible customer service that it had through my experiences shopping there. I'm not going to go into detail about them. Actually, yes, I will, because I remember them vividly. And I'm talking about Walmart. The number one on the Fortune 500 list. I think they are. I'm not going to look that up right now. But they're on the Fortune 500 list, and they're in the top 5, at least I know. So, in 2008, let's rewind back to then. And this is, what is that? We learned about these biases in leadership class. And this is a bias. But I'm working through it. Okay? Um, but I remember, so in Lafayette, where I live, at this time we only had 3 Walmarts. We had one on Ambassador Caffrey, which is a major road, one on Pinhook, which is another major road, and one on Evangeline Thruway, which is kind of considered a quasi interstate. That Lafayette still hasn't converted to an interstate almost 20 years later. But me and a friend, at night, we would just drive to each one of them because they were 24 hours back then. They were open 24 hours. And we would go to them just to waste time because we were both night owls. And we would just drive around. So we learned Ambassador Caffrey was the one that had all the new items. It was the busiest one. No. The one on Ambassador Caffrey was the one that always was the busiest. The one on Pinhook had all the new items. Newer items than the one on Ambassador. And then the one on Evangeline Thruway was, oh my God, what was it about that one? That one was the most expensive one. And we were like, wait a minute. Now, the one on the Thruway is on a side of town because, of course, for some reason, all these cities are segregated. I don't understand. Oh, I do know why. We won't get into that. But it was on the north side. And the north side has more impoverished people, and there's a bigger food desert on that side. Like literally there was only 2 grocery stores compared to the south side that has 15. So all in all, that was the black side of town. And but that was the most expensive Walmart. I'm like, how is this the most expensive Walmart? But this is the impoverished side of town where people ain't got as much money as people on the other side of town. And a majority of these people are on government assistance. I know why, because that's how the system works. That's how you rob the system and keep people impoverished. So I could have so many tangents. Oh, my God. But when you get to my age, you end up having a lot of tangents, and that's through life experiences, too. So we would just go to these Walmarts all the time. Now, my first run-in with customer service problems was I walked up to what they call an associate, which is a normal employee that has no supervisory obligations. And, her smock said on the back, "How can I help you?" Well, Tim needed help. Tim needed to know where something was because the store's so goddamn big and I don't know which aisle it's on. She snickered her teeth and was playing with her nails and was like, "Man, I don't know. That's not my department." And she turned around on me. Woo. Okay. I left. That's horrible customer service. If your business has horrible customer service and you have no care For me, that's about to spend money that adds to your actual check, because you're there for a reason. You're there not only to make money, but you're there to make the company money so that they can pay you for the time that you gave them. Oh boy. So I left. I said, fuck it. So the second time I went in, it was a similar situation. The person told me that's not my department and walked off. I left again. And then the third time, I was with my partner at the time and a friend that came in from Maryland. We were on the front end. And I think the self-checkout thing was starting to be installed. No. It wasn't, because that's another store. But the lines were so long. Because what's Walmart known for? Well, back then was you got 20 registers and there's one cashier at 11 o'clock at night. And the line is going like halfway down to the other side of the store. I'm like, what? So, no, it did have self-check. Nope. That's a different situation. That is a different situation. Oh, that is a different store. But Walmart is known for that. This was another store, and I didn't expect that, and I was on the East Coast for that. But this is what happened, because it was self-checkouts. That was my last time going into Walmart. I went to the self-checkouts, and they were like, they're closed. And the lady rushed with her badge, and she closed it while I was about to scan. I'm like, wait a minute. She's like, no, you got to go to the register that's over there. And there were 2 registers open, actually. And it was about 9 o'clock at night. I go to that register. The cashier's standing there. She turns her light off, and she's like, no, I'm closed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I being told to go somewhere, and that person's closing? I'm like, Mela, what? She's like, you have to go to that one down there. Now, that one's on the other side of the 20 registers. I'm like at register like 17. I'm expected to go all the way to 2. I'm like, oh, boy. So I walk over there, and guess what? There's 20 people in line. I had eggs and some bread and something else. I just threw that shit in the air, and I said, fuck this place. I'm never walking here again. Now, my partner stayed in there and dealt with that, and my friend was like, what? And he stayed in there. But I went to the car. I'm not having it. You've got horrible customer service. I went to your self-checkout. You should have let me finish, not close it on me. Then you sent me somewhere, and that person watched that cashier point and say, go there. And when I get there, you turn your light off and tell me to fuck off, basically. I can deal with the fuck off part, but you knew I was sent over there. I was done with Walmart. Never stepped foot in Walmart ever again until this year, because I work for them now. So it's like I feel like I betrayed myself going to this big box retailer, but the app's not generating money. I'm failing at getting investors. And I say failing because I can't travel to the places that harbor investors. I'm not that social of a person. I've stopped applying to pitch competitions because I also feel defeated as well, and I don't think I've perfected my pitch, even though I have redone my pitch deck and I know how to talk about the app better after explaining it so many times to people and knowing what to say. But it's tiring. It really is. It's tiring. Fundraising is just horrible. So I closed my business, my automotive shop, last August, and then from August until January, I did not work for anybody, which means I ran out of money, and the bills were piling up, and I had to find employment. So I now work for this retailer. Now, mind you, I'm in management now because of how I am. I moved up. I got hired March 1st, and I've moved up twice already and am in line for another promotion. So with that said, that tugs at my emotions because what I stood firm on, I've now retracted on. But then I feel times have changed, and I can make that better, which I've already done. I've already done. Um, and upper management sees that as well. So maybe I am shining a better light on where I'm at, so that other people like me don't experience what I experienced in the past. And one thing that surprises me about Walmart is the technology that they have put in place. Literally, any customer, any employee can look up the price using their device. That is amazing. The employee has a company phone now where they have access to so many tools that there is no reason for them not to have the information they need to help a customer. Point blank. So it means if you can't or don't, as an associate or a manager, help an employee, that means help a customer, that means you don't want to and you're not trying. I didn't plug the laptop in. Oh, thank God for reminders, huh? Thank God, because boy, we would have power off. And I actually didn't think we're going in 41 minutes, and I haven't run out of things to say. Unlike the last few episodes, I think I struggled, but I also think I wasn't fully myself, and that's another thing that I have the emotional toil on is I'm trying to wear a mask that appeases the people I'm around, so that I don't shake things up too much. And after, meeting a couple people that I've met over the last 2 months, I have to realize, fuck these people. And these masks I'm throwing away. People tell me to be myself. Tim, be yourself. All right, I'm going to be myself. As you see, I'm being myself. And, yeah, so back to Walmart, I'm working for them now. I'm taking advantage of some of the things that they have, like going back to college, getting a certification program so that I can actually get into the upper management that allows me to invest money into the app. It's like so weird because while I'm trying to get the app successful, I'm trying to find people, I'm trying to keep my people that I have happy, keep showing the vision, keep getting people to use it, trickling them in, keep myself motivated, but I also have to find a way to fund it. And the only way I can think of doing it is I got to do it myself. Nobody's going to invest in this because it's just another dating app. When it's not. It's not. Because when you compare it to everything else that's out there, have you had this before? No. And it's not just the functionality, it's the idea of the app that people have said. They're like, why hasn't anybody done this? The users are saying that. But of course, money makes the world go round, and the only way to get more people to see it is through money because of exposure. And I know that the only way I'm going to be able to fund it is I need to make 6 figures because I need to pump as much money into it as possible per month. And I can't with what I'm making now. So going back into retail management is what I have to do. And it might look like I'm giving. No, it does. I've only had one. I had one friend said, I hope you're not giving up on it because I'm doing the college and I'm working for them and my hours are so wonky and I just don't get any sleep. I have no personal life, so I'm able to do all this because of that. I put the bullet point on it. Yeah, I'm back in college. I'm going to further educate myself and just make sure that some of my mistakes I've made were only mistakes due to ignorance and not me just choosing not to do it. There's a difference between ignorance and willful ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing, and willful ignorance is not wanting to know. So I don't want to be willfully ignorant, so let me get educated. So yeah, back to college, doing it all online. Might not be the best university, but I'd be damned. Walmart's paying for it, so I'm taking advantage of that. I'm going to Bellevue because I can work at my pace, which I'm on week 1 right now, and I've completed week 3 assignments and passed week 3's testing. So I thought about doing week 4 this weekend, but I need to slow down. I'm gonna look like a crazy person to others. um, I've been restless a lot lately, and I mean this restlessness is just I don't I don't know if I don't know if I'm where I should be at my age. You know, I wonder why some people that I used to know don't know me anymore. And it might be my fault because I don't take trips, I don't leave the city. I mean, I logically think financially it makes no sense to go anywhere. And I'm not putting a value on people. It's just I can't afford to go and visit people. I don't have disposable income like that because I'm making sure that I'm keeping the app company going. And I mean, and maybe I'm just bad with money. I mean, that too, probably. But I can't do what a lot of people are doing. Like, I can't relate to people that go on vacations. It's like, wait a minute. And then I tell them, you're rich. Oh, you're rich. They're like, no, yeah, I bet you rich. Because if you can afford to take a week or two away from what generates revenue or money for you, oh, no, I couldn't do that. I can't afford to miss 2 days. And I was that way in the shop, too. So, but maybe by the time I'm 50, every chance to take a vacation, it'll be an everyday occurrence. That's what I think of. I think that might happen. If you are still watching this, I am shocked because I'm kind of rambling too. But once again, I'm being me and giving you an update and letting you know what's going on. And yeah, I'm peeling my finger here. It's so weird because I manage these two departments. You know, produce makes me fart a lot. It gives me gas. And I think it's because all them little fruits and vegetables give off their own little gases. And that interrupts me somehow. Because when I was running 3 other departments on the other side of the store, my hands were great and I didn't have this bad gas. So, yeah, but my hands peel so much just handling all these fruits and vegetables. It's so weird. Um, so yeah, so the restlessness is also there's just that fear of failing that's going on in my head. And I don't feel like I'm jumping around or anything like that. I just feel like I'm failing. And maybe because things are going too slow. Um, I mean, some of y'all share in the comments what y'all think. I mean, y'all share y'all stories too. I like hearing about other people and learning because I know I don't know a, a fraction of what goes on in other people's lives because I don't really have people in my life that share that type of stuff. And you know, that's another thing. I want people in my life that do that. I want other people that share the just what's going on, the normal thing. And another thing, God did don't I'm using 2 apps and it's still to this day is going on. You can ask somebody how are they doing or what their common thing is what's up. And you share what's going on or what's actually happening at that moment and oh my God, why do they shut down? I don't get it. You asked me a question to answer. I answered it. And then you just get silent and never talk again. Oh, it behooves me. I don't know what people expect when they ask a question. It's insane. It's insane. And there are a couple of characters on there that would be decent to meet, but I know what their expectation is, and I'm not going to open that door because once again, you gotta deal with their bad attitude towards it. You know, nothing seems natural, and what should happen when you meet people, new people, is it should be natural. I've said that in the previous episode before. Things should flow naturally. There should be this chemistry of no pressure, no nothing forced. It should feel like maybe I'm crazy, but when there's people around, I want to feel comfortable and I want that feeling of, man, I've been knowing you for years and we can talk about anything. because that's what life is about, sharing experiences and stories and things like that. You know, all of the narratives of life from each and every one of us is interesting. They might not all be the same either. So yeah, that unrelatable, feeling unrelatable is another thing too, because you know you feel like you don't belong. I said that before, so it's like, ugh, we get we get stuck in this rut. And it's not all bad, because the unrelatable things also include, I ain't on drugs like these fucking people. I ain't screwing people over like other people are. I have no ill intentions or deceitful ways that a lot of people, like literally on these apps, people are saying they're being asked for money by people. It's like, you have the audacity to ask somebody for money? Go get a job. Go get a job. It's serious. Go do what you have to do to be able to do what you want to do. And maybe that philosophy is only on a few of us, but um, that's the truth. And that's a rambling probably topic right there. But I'm going to get this episode wrapped up here, because I'm looking at time. It's 51 minutes have passed. I've talked to you for 51 minutes without somebody else. That's amazing. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a podcast format. I mean, as I said, I got this ugly sheet here that's wrinkled, that's been pointed out. I've got the fake brick wall, you know. I want to really have a nice, good episode, and I want to get a wide angle lens, but I got to get a camera for that. I got to get another camera that can do that, so that I can have like 3 angles and get some people in the studio and talk to them. I even had the idea of just randomly asking the people I talk to on the dating apps, hey, come on, you want to be on a podcast? Let's talk about some stuff. Um, you know, getting people's experiences, and then maybe have them download the app on the podcast and then start talking about it and talking about the comparisons and stuff like that. Interesting things that just haven't been done before. I really want to do that. I really want to do that. But I really believe if I haven't upset Dr. Frida, hopefully she'll be my first guest. I really wanted Hunter to be my first guest, and Hunter is the one that works for me in Los Angeles. She's like, she's that girl right there. Maybe I can get her on an episode and start talking about all the great things that are going out in LA for Mood Social and Dating. And yeah, and it won't be so boring. I'm hoping there will not be another boring episode of just me talking. But I can't help it. If I got to create some content, I'm going to have to create some content. And then I really don't know what to talk about, because I've rambled so much on this one. Oh, my God. And I really don't have any new in the pipeline, unless the update's going to be out. So, yeah. Once again, I mean, thanks for watching this episode. Leave some feedback. I mean, share the app with people. Subscribe to the channel. I can't promise you anything great's going to happen from it. But, of course, the more people that join, maybe the more ideas we'll get, too. Because at the same time, the app is for everybody. And I really want this to be... I want this app to be the place you go no matter what stage of life you're in. And even no matter what you're looking for at the same time. I mean, because Mood Social and Dating answers that question instantly of what are you looking for. I promise you, while I've been on these apps, that is a question that comes up within the first 5 minutes. What are you here for? What are you looking for? Mood Social and Dating, you'll never hear that question ever again. Because as soon as you open it, those things that you normally are looking for are a selection you choose. And then by the time you get to the chat, you already know that person's intent, and you already know what they want to do, because the prompt that they send you, you accepted it. All you're doing from there is, let's go. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I was more myself, um, giving you updates on what's going on with the company, what's going on with me personally as a founder and a person. And I hope we get some more people join joining the company and some more users and some more engagement here. Um, Bye for now.